Unbelievable. You know, I know the world has been on pins and needles and remains on pins and needles. Aaron, my fear is, it's not actually a fear, because I really have faith in Israel. Their military capability, even though Joe Biden and Kamala Harris have surrendered in the war against radical Islamic terrorism, and she doesn't even want to use the words again, but when Israel had to retaliate, after Iran fired directly into Israel, Joe and Kamala abandoned Israel. That, to me, is unforgivable. But what really impressed me is how deep into Iranian territory Israel was able, what they were able to achieve. In other words, I didn't think they would get that close to a nuclear reactor that they're building out, nuclear facility. It tells me that if Iran messes with Israel, they're going to get hit so hard, they may not have refineries, nuclear facilities. I think it's all in play at that point. Your thoughts?
Sean, I agree with you. Israel has a tremendous special operations capability. They lead the world in it. And the reason why Israel's so good, Sean, is because they have to be. We don't have a choice. 5 enemies surrounding us, systematically trying to push us into the ocean since 48. But we have an expression in Hebrew, Sean. So wherever you're not looking, we're standing. And our actionable intelligence, our Mossad, which is a master in psychology. Every one of those Mossad agents are PhD levels in targeting potential agents to flip and work for us. We penetrated not only Mossad Hassan Youssef, who's been making the rounds and is a son of Israel now, and was very difficult to crack, but we managed to crack all the way into the top levels of the security apparatus of the IRGC and put a little something under Ismail Haniya's bed where he thought he was sleeping quietly. My problem here is that the Kamala Biden White House doesn't understand that Iran's operational goal on the macro level is to incite such a level of terror across the West. Again, Israel just being that initial punching bag. The fact is that have a look at what's going on in the UK right now. Have a look at what's going on with that concert, the Swiftie concert that was just shut down by two radicals. If the United States, if the White House doesn't start getting on board with what this is, which is radical Islamic terror, Hamas, Hezbollah, the Houthis, 100,000 deep, Hezbollah, another 150,000 deep. We are going to see Iran move as close as they can to trying to procure a nuclear weapon.
Let me tell you something.
Israel will have to strike that nuclear facility. They won't wait.
Well, I've known Bibi for 30 years. There's no way Bibi is going to allow, under his watch, that for his country to be destroyed. It's just not going to happen. You know, what do you make of the reports of the Iranian president apparently appealing to the, quote, supreme leader not to attack Israel? Is it that he recognizes the military superiority of Israel, or is that propaganda, or will they just use their proxies, Hamas in the south and Hezbollah in the north and the Houthi rebels? But clearly a major attack is being planned. What are your thoughts?
I believe that there is a major attack being planned, but instead of reacting immediately like they did, firing those hundreds of missiles at Israel, I think they're going to wait it out. But I'll tell you what the big piece is for me. I believe Iran is scared, Sean. When you put a very high level of explosive charge underneath the leader of Hamas's bed, it sends a very powerful psychological message, and I think the Iranians are scared. I believe that with the White House and all the warnings that they're giving to Iran is great, but it's totally useless. Bibi, like you said, he's one of our counterterrorism sons, comes from Seyrat Matkal, our General Staff Reconnaissance Unit. Bibi's sitting down with some of the finest minds right now, and they're actually conducting operations quietly as we speak. And the moment that intel comes up, Israel's not going to wait. We don't have the luxury. But I believe the U.S. needs to get on board. I think Iran is the largest threat since the Nazis.
It won't happen with them. It will not happen.
I agree.
It will not happen with Tim Walz. It will not happen with Joe Biden. It will not happen with Kamala Harris. They have surrendered in the war on terror. And that is, by the way, to not have the moral clarity and to give in to the Hamas wing of the Democratic Party and to even consider an arms embargo or talking to a group that wants that is madness. John, we'll give you the last
Sean,
word.
give it some time. Give it some time, Sean. As things get worse here, you'll see it start to change.
$70 billion this administration let.
Sorry, John.
Yeah, $70 billion this administration gave to Iran. That's why they're emboldened and have the cash to do the things they're doing right now.
That's a great point. They made them rich again. Because the sanctions, they just turned a blind eye and then wanted to pay ransom, gave a sanctions waiver for Iraq to give them $10 billion. This is madness, and it's a clear and present danger to the world. Death to Israel, death to America. That's their belief system. Convert or die. That, too, is their belief system. All right, thank you both. Tough time.